Hey folks, welcome to another episode of Action Figure-Atorium. My name is Mark Major. We are here in the studio in beautiful Milwaukee, Oregon, where I will be photographing toys. Today we are doing this little guy that I got at a thrift store. It's a Griffin made by Safari Limited, I believe the name of the company is, and that is going to be coming up on today's episode. I hope everyone can make it, and I look forward to seeing all of you here soon. All right, we are back. This was actually going to be my cold open, the Yoda figure. However, I have decided that I would just go straight camera. This is the Action Figure-Atorium. My name's Mark. This is a multicam show in the studio where I do photography. This is the main cam that we're on. I'll just give you guys a little tour. This is the fly on the wall cam, where you can see the whole place as I walk around. The cyc underneath here are bins full of toys and action figures. Same thing with down here. This is like all art prop stuff. There is, of course, a beautiful tabletop cam. Look at that. That will allow you to see what goes on. Let me just take a second to focus that up for people, because I know everybody loves a good focus up. I know I do. And of course, in this show, I also have a subject cam that allows you to see what the camera sees. So what we're going to be doing today is this guy. This is a figure I got recently at a thrift store. It's made by Safari. They make these types of, like animals for kids to play with. I think we've all seen them. I think we know we're familiar with them. Now, I don't really have any good ideas of what to do with this guy. He's non-posable. He's just essentially a figurine, you'd call him. It's been beautifully painted. By the way, the beak looks a little weird to me, like maybe it's scratched off, but the more I look at it, it appears to be a type of a pretty elaborate paint job on it. I am, of course, filming and photographing with the Panasonic GH3 Micro Thirds camera. I have a wide lens on today. It's a native Panasonic lens. I have, for lights, a couple of these little guys here. Let me just dimmable LED cubes. Some prototypes that we made here at the studio. I'm also drinking coffee that I got from the Wild Horse Coffee Shop in downtown Milwaukee, Oregon. They serve Umbria coffee, which is delicious. Gets a highly recommended thumbs up from me. And let's go back to subject cam. So, as I was saying, I'm not really sure what we're going to do with this guy. I don't know. He doesn't move. He can get on top of things, like he could get on top of a car or something like that. There's also not a really good spot to put this keyboard. Now I do have, I think the keyboard needs to stay right here. I do have a whole bunch of these fake ice cubes. I don't know if you can see this. There's a bunch of them. They're all kind of different sizes and shapes. There's some that are more, like this one's pretty big. They're right next to each other, and this one's pretty small. They're almost kind of like Dungeons and Dragon dice. And I've got a bunch of those. And maybe, actually I have quite a bit of these. There's a couple that are dirty. I'm gonna wash. But for the most part, I've got just a whole bunch of these weird fake ice cubes, and maybe this thing just, like, you know, sits on a pile of ice. I have to, of course, change my ISOs and all that kind of stuff that you normally do when you are photographing. We will get to that in a bit. I just wanted to point out that, cleaning rocks now, that I have this figure. We are going to photograph it. I am probably going to resell it on eBay. If you think this guy is cool and you want to pick him up, I'll probably go for about 10 bucks maybe, including the shipping. Not very expensive, in my opinion. And I would be happy to let it go, but I thought that maybe I could just kind of get something cool out of it, make something up as I go. So, said before, I've got a bunch of these weird crystals. Put a key light on them. Fake ice. Let's do a side light. These things are loud and buzzy. I don't know if you can hear that in the microphone. This, of course, is blows it out. Now, the Griffin has a lot of detail on him, and so it's going to require a bit of light blasting on it to sort of get that. And I may have to go to a different lens. Might have to go to my macro lens. I really enjoy shooting with the 200mm lens that I've been able to adapt to this camera. All right, we'll just kind of turn this around like this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab the tripod for a second here. Pull the tripod out. And mount my camera on it. Now let's go to this shot. You can see me in the stewed, fussing. Alright, got this going. And what I need to do is I like to check the ISO. If you're not doing moving things, you can go really low on your ISO. 200, 400, 800. And white balance has been getting better. I can never figure out which is, ooh, look at Blueby. Here, let me throw the subject cam back on for you guys. So I'm gonna roll through the white balance. Got blue, yellow, cloudy, sunny, auto white balance. Auto white balance actually looks the best. There is a bit of adjusting of the color and a little color screen, color picker. I'll go with that. What else can we adjust on this thing? Well, we can adjust the tripod itself so it's level. That would be a good start. As you can see, I'm pretty far back. I think what I might do is I might grab this bamboo cotton that I have that looks like snow. I've used it before. All right, so we're going to use the super zoom on this thing. And kind of see how ridiculously dumb this thing is looking. Going full up is kind of cool looking on both lights. I'm kind of aiming it on either side. I'm going to put one, I'm going to put one as a backlight. What do you guys think about backlights? Here's a shot of the tabletop. An idea of what's going on. So far, nothing about this Griffin looks good. I almost feel like, yeah, let's go a little closer. Take this off the tripod. All right. Let's move into to this mode. I can only get so close with this lens, by the way. Yeah, it's really hard to sort of get the face of this thing. There it is. Not a particularly good shot. What is my exposure at? Let's keep a little light out. Take it to 8.0. I've got the beautiful white crystals around it. Let's move this out of the way. I feel like I should nowadays just go straight for the macro lens. Try and get something out of this. You know, what do Griffins do? Are they evil? I don't remember. So I've got some lighting on both sides, so I should be able to just walk around this guy. Get something cool. This is clearly too blasting. Dim it down, and then open up a little bit so that my fake ice cubes aren't blown out. This is the first time I've used the auto white balance on this thing. That was a particularly good looking shot. So right now I'm really aiming for the beak to be in focus. And there is the beak. You guys see that? Maybe I need to back my lens down a little bit. Use up a little less of the glass. I'm getting some weird flicker, not in the camera, but in real life from the dimmer on this prototype. Does not like being at the in-between spot. And I don't know, I'm just coming up with just generic things to do with this guy. Remember, you can't really pose him. I can move him around and I can put him... Wow, look at that wing. I can put him in interesting locations. I can put them on a car, on a bunch of fake ice cubes. All right, how about this, guys? Here, let me switch to studio cam. No, that's not the studio cam I want. That's not the studio cam either. There we go. Sorry about that. For those of you who follow the show, I took last week off to take some additional extra work around the studio. Also went and visited some friends I hadn't seen in a while. And sometimes you gotta do some of that stuff. All right, let's cut back to this guy. So now he's just kind of in a pile of mystic rocks. This could be my shot here. You know, I want to get the whole white background in. So let's move him this way. Remember, it looks ridiculous. In real life, it's what the camera sees. All right, let's turn this fill light into a key light. Set that up like that. Back it off. I'll take my backlight and turn it into a bit of a side light. Slash 45-degree angle fill. What we got here? This is my tabletop cam. It's in black and white. It's a little blown out at the moment. Don't be mad though, people. I'm doing this because it's exciting for you. I know what this stuff looks like. Okay, let's go back to subject cam. It's kind of a nice shot. Is it in focus though? Well, it's pretty close. Can you see the face? You would think that I would be able to actually zoom in that far with this lens, but can't really do that. This lens is kind of a lemon. Oh, look at that shot. That looks kind of cool. This is about 8 inches is as far. This is as close to as you can get with this thing. Can't quite get right up on it. I wonder if the other lenses would give me a little more. How about this? What does this look like? Does that look interesting? Does this look like an ad for a German beer? Do we have German beer ads? What is going on? It's 5.6. I always take some different shots with different shutters. When you get it into Photoshop, a little blurry. Get it into Photoshop, you'll be surprised at what details came through and which ones did not. Straight on Falcon. How about how about an overhead shot? Splash blurry, a little blurry. Oh, that looks better. It's tough to get the whole thing in the shot. The wings and the blah blah blah. All right, so these are kind of mediocre, boring shots in my opinion, but let's see here. So we've got some more users in chat. Welcome to people popping in, if you are in fact real people watching the show. We are in the studio drinking coffee. Delicious coffee. Taking shots of this thrift store find and trying to think of ways to make it look cool. I'm using some fake ice at the moment. And I will pop back to subject cam for you guys. See what we've got. And while we're looking at that, actually, let's go back here. Maybe there's something that I could, maybe there's something this guy could do or interact with. Car, maybe. Let's see what's down here. All right, well, maybe this thing is a, maybe it's a giant Griffin, and he's attacking a Service Master truck. Let me move my rocks away. Yeah, see, if this thing was posable, this would be a lot cooler. Now it's just going to kind of look like, here, let's go back to this. I meant this, sorry. It'd be a lot cooler if he could do something, like the claws could move or the arms could move or something. The way it looks now, it just looks like a toy next to another toy. It doesn't look like a realistic griffin. Maybe this guy needs like some sort of fog or dry ice. Maybe that's what's lacking in all this. I need some sort of like real elements. Oh, could be an ad for Service Master. How about this, the Service Master, which is overlit. The Service Master is stopped by a giant winged beast in the road. What else we got? There's got to be some other stuff we could find around here. Outdoor scenery. Well, there's always this. The problem with this is that like little Yoda hut looks kind of like the bird. Filthy dirty. I got fake rocks, a log. You know, maybe we can turn this into some kind of a again, he doesn't really sit on top of any of the stuff very well. It's kind of a big drag. All right, maybe he's emerging from this thing. Maybe there's no sets. Maybe he's just on white. Maybe this guy is just meant to be. Maybe this is just it. Maybe a figurine like this is just meant to be photographed on white and left alone. If you can't pose them, you know. And you can't put him in a scene because he just looks sort of wooden. This is kind of cool. If I shot underneath glass or something. It's tough to get the wings in and detail of the face. I don't know, maybe I should go to another lens. I think what we're going to do here is we're going to, I think I'm going to swap the lens real quick. See what I come up with. Service master, serving no one. All right. Yeah. Yeah. It's too much light for this little Logitech cam to handle. There we go. All right, so I'm going to pop off the Lumix. Of course, careful when holding a lens. Putting the cap back on. Putting the new lens on. All right, and let's throw some light up on this dog. I'm going to go back to subject cam. Well, so now I'm about 2 feet back. But look at how much more fun it is to film this idiotic thing. It's just tougher to get it to focus up. There you go, that's pretty close. Snap a couple shots from there. I have to literally back up to focus him. Does he need more light with this lens? That's what I feel like. How about we change the ISO? To 800. I like the crispiness and the detail of photographing this guy, but that's about it. That's the only real pleasure I'm getting out of this. If you have questions in the chat, oh, look at that. If you have questions in the chat, I can take a minute to answer or not answer. Tough to hold this thing steady. I got an idea. All right, let's go to this cam. And throw the bird all the way over there. Bring my lighting source around. Like such. And let's go move this one around like so. You never have enough Windex, it turns out. And kind of go in either side. And look at this. Look, you can just perfect, sort of. It's funny, I need to prop the camera up a little bit. I'm going to use the lens cap to prop it up. Oh, propped up too much, they said. That's just about perfect. All right, hold on, folks. There's excitement happening here. Move it a little bit that way. No, I still got some more room. Put them there. That. So, here's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna do and so I thought, what if we threw in maybe some pillars, you know, this, maybe just 3 like that. Maybe not that one. Maybe, what I got here? I got Corinthian, I got Ionic, I got Doric. I've got the pillars you want. Now the problem with these white pillars is they're white and it's gonna be tough to see. We're going to do some adjusting. This, I may have to get up here for a bit of this action. People, there may be a little bit of this action. We'll just put the 2 pillars there. We'll put the beast next to it. We'll put one. I don't know if you guys know anything about the Greeks and their pillars, but they would actually do things where they would use somewhat askew proportions so that it would visually look correct. And we're just going to put kind of some bigger ones in the background here. And these are actually a different style than those. What is this? All right, let's go back. Let's go back to here. All right, time for subject cam, people. There is our beast. He is in the pillars now. I have some other lights that they're not really photo lights, and so certain settings they tend to flicker a little bit. I get a little bit of imaging problems, but we'll start with this. Is he in focus? That is the question. All right, going handheld for a bit. Oh man, I'm gonna have to get off the shaky cam and onto the well, let's just call it a tripod. Anyways, here we go. All right, now we're finally getting some interesting shots. The pillars kind of blow out. They are white on white on white. Man, I really want to light the guy, but the pillars are so blinding. All right, we'll take a couple shots here. Focus up. I don't know, are you guys on board with this? I think what I need to do is I need to make like a marble floor, put stuff on. I think that's going to be my next thing, is I'm going to get some marble floor shelf paper. And make some, actually, I might have something. Hold on, folks. People, I'm going back here to look for something. If I can find it. I'm actually back. Oh, yes, I got it. I am back here in the little tool shed. You cannot see him coming back now. Let's see what we got. Got a little bit of this action. I was told by a friend that you really don't get anybody watching you on Twitch until like second or third hour, and I was like, well, that's cool for you, man, but you know, what about me? Also, maybe I should paint these a different color so that they're not so blinding white. I don't know, there's a lot of work to be done. Also, there's a lot of coffee to drink still. I have a cup left. All right, so I kind of like the little brass ring. It looks nice. Looks like a fence or something. Looks nice with the color of the griffin. And I wish it was a little focused up. And this is this is kind of the end of my glass. I may have to back up a little bit this way, turn this way. While I'm at it, Alabama. Might have to switch lenses again. Go to the wide. How about that, folks? At first, the Griffin shots were terrible. Now we've got an easy C+. We didn't do anything today. May have to crop some of this. All right. Camera's gonna get wonky for a bit. I do apologize. All right, there we go. Again, it's what the camera sees, it's not what the actual set looks like. I'm like 100 feet away from this thing. I hate to say it, but the whoa, subject cam has crashed. Hold on a second, folks. Let me see if I can fix this. Let's see if I can fix it. All right, you guys can't see me, but here's my hand. I'm sitting down. I'm trying to fix the subject cam. Subject cam is back. Look at that. This little marble thing I found actually in the trash outside this place in Portland, Oregon called Really Good Stuff on Hawthorne. And it looks like it had been used as kind of like a shishi, I don't know, like a cocktail table or something. Kind of a dad's rec room, space age, bachelor pad kind of thing. And it's kind of cool. Can actually be used on a Lazy Susan. It's kind of nice. It is real marble. It's really heavy. And I recommend everybody have one minimum. I don't know how any of these are really going to turn out. Here, let's do, all right, getting sick cam. Or I'm standing up on the cyc. We're shooting down now. Don't want people to see the tops of my pillars, I don't think. All right, well, after a while, these shots look kind of the same. Bang, 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 bang. So what I'd like to do now is swap lenses. I'm going to go back to the wide lens for a bit. I do like the macro. Find the macro to be a really good lens. By the way, you can see I'm standing on the cyc now. And my, let's see here, my Lumix lens is where? Where did it go? Let's see if we can find it. No, there it is. All right, let's put the Lumix back on. All right, going back in. close. Ah, the ISO. We need to fix you now. And my aperture. Wow, I can go to 3.5 on this setting. .1 here. All right, can I digitally zoom in? You can see this lens compared to the other one, how much more awesome the other lens looked than this. This is kind of like a reality lens. This is kind of like getting you into, let's see here. Sort of getting you into kind of like, almost kind of like phone shots. You start to see, it looks like real life. It doesn't look like some crazy cool thing. And this is blowing out the guy. There must be a focus somewhere in here. All right, we're focusing up, trying to focus up. Go around to the side. Hope I don't freak out the camera again. That's as close as I can get. Yeah, really what I should have done is grab the 100mm, the Canon lens. That, in my opinion, is the hero lens. All right, so where are we at? All right, so this guy, the Griffin, kind of cool looking in terms of the sculpt, the paint job. It's got really cool looking wings in the back, the feathers, brown and gold, really well crafted dog. Highly recommend this toy if you like this kind of fantasy beasts. Tried doing some different shots with them today. Eventually it started to look good once I started using the marble tabletop with the pillars. This mythological thing sort of came to life in a much more appealing way. The shots looked better. Just starting to get into it. Feel like I kind of wasted the first 30 minutes fooling around with some lenses and just seeing if I could have them do weird stuff. But if you can't pose them and it just sits there, it's going to look like an inanimate piece of hunk of plastic and not like a real thing. So it would be fun to start over with this set back there and use it. But I think we've gone as far as we can with the Griffin for today. So I want to thank everybody who managed to follow along this episode with me. Sorry for the slight intermission in the middle. Did have a little bit of a business call, but this is a business, folks. This is a business down here. It sounds weird when I say it, but it's true. And we are accepting clients. So if you are in the Milwaukee area, the Portland area, and you're looking for a studio to photograph in, or if you're looking for a green screen studio, my A stage, which is in the other room, is available for rent. The facility is available for rent, and it comes with me. That's right, it comes with me. It's hard to believe. Anyways, I want to thank everybody today. Also, find me Instagram, Figure-Atorium, Twitter, Figure-Atorium, streaming right now, Action Figure-Atorium on the Twitch. Find these episodes archived on YouTube. I don't have a username yet. It is a new channel, and YouTube hates new channels, and they also hate old channels, and they also hate actually all channels. I've never seen a more customer unfriendly organization than YouTube, but they do provide a pretty great service for free, and so until people just start paying for it, it's hard for people to kind of bitch and complain, but it is a thing. So I would like to thank everyone again, and I will see you Wednesday at 1 p.m.